Coming back for the third part three of the second half of Ghosh's book. We were just talking about the um, Nabil and the fact that even though he has an education, he can't really make a living. It's very, very difficult. People wait for years to get that job, and then all the job covers is their housing um, and their monthly bus pass and a meal ticket or grocery shopping. But what they to pay for the school fees for the kids or whatever, they have to usually get a second job, moonlighting somewhere, and then drive a cab on the weekends. So it's this Egyptians are really hard workers, always scamming to try to get ahead, and education is no guarantee that you'll have an easy time of it. This is why he goes off. Nabil graduates from college and then goes off to Iraq to work in the oil fields. Remember, 1980 to 1988, the Iran-Iraq War. So many people in Iraq in the military, and so that the people who take over their jobs in the oil fields are often Egyptians and paid really well because Iraq is a socialist government. They have really, really strong worker protections. They've got time and a half. They've got medical benefits and all the rest. So it's really nice. They never get that in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, you're treated like dirt because it's a capitalist country, and it's just like if you lose your leg, too bad. Go back to Egypt and die. Whereas in Iraq, if you lose your leg, you get you've got insurance, you've got compensation, you've got accommodation for disability, all that stuff. Because they're on that side. So. Uh, Nabil graduates from college and goes off to Iraq to work in the oil fields because he can't get a job. They're hated and despised when they work in Iraq. Iraqis can't stand them, but they treat them well because it's the law. Busaina is a woman who gets married. Her husband doesn't like her, threatens to take a second wife. When he did, she took off and returned to her father's home. It was in the marriage contract. He can't have a second wife. He takes a second wife, boom, she's out of there, and he can't make her come back because it was in the contract. So they're officially divorced, but she has no right to the gardens, to the vegetables from her family garden from her father's house because she's a daughter. She's not the wife of a son. She's not taking care of kids who belong to their father's lineage. It's a patrilineage here. They're only the children of the sons belong to the family. Um, the children of the daughters belong to their father's family, and she's taking them away. Um, but the only way that she can make a living is by buying vegetables from her neighbors and then selling them in the market every market day. Um, but she's really, really good at this. By 1988, she had moved up to larger markets and managed to buy a house for herself and her sons, who she was putting through school on her own. You can see this idea that women are downtrodden and have no power is totally inaccurate. The women, some women can be quite formidable, as we remember from the film. Um, Colonial heritage here, we're on 236 and 237. This is a really, really important exchange here between Imam and Ghosh. Um, 236. uh, so he is hanging out. Uh, you know the Indian doctor, don't you? He's come all the way from India to be a student at the University of Alexandria. Let's make this bigger so we can read it. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, man. Okay, that's a 4-minute video, and we're going to pick it up very shortly.